All right, so how do you actually use AI to find the best talent without, opening your company up to massive legal risks? That's really the critical question we're digging into today. We're going to break down a system called Brehon AI, and it's built for something way more important than just speed. It's built for legal defensibility, which in today's world is everything.
The whole conversation around AI is shifting. It's not just, hey, what can this thing do anymore? Now it's, can you prove you're in control? See, it's just not enough to adopt the tech. You've got to be able to show with cold, hard evidence that you're governing it properly. That's the new standard, plain and simple.
And look, that new standard, it's literally being written into law right now. If you look at places like Europe, the whole regulatory landscape has just flipped. Those AI tools for recruitment, they're not just cool, innovative software anymore. Nope, they are now legally classified as high risk. And that right there creates a whole new set of challenges for any business trying to hire top talent.
Okay, so what does high risk actually mean in practice? Well, under the EU AI Act, it's a very specific legal classification. It applies to any AI that impacts employment. And this isn't just some buzzword, it's a trigger. It sets off a whole cascade of mandatory rules. We're talking about things like serious risk management, provable human oversight, and, total transparency. For any company using AI in hiring, this is a massive, fundamental shift.
And that's exactly why we need to be talking about something called Brehon AI Recruitment, or BAIR for short, because it's a totally different way of thinking about this. This thing wasn't designed for speed first, with some compliance features tacked on later. No way. It was built from the ground up as a governance-first infrastructure. So it's not just another tool. It's really a whole new category built specifically for this new regulatory world.
So let's just look at the contrast for a second. Your typical AI screening tools, they're really built for one thing, speed. They're all about automation, and they often use that black box logic that's pretty much impossible to audit. And that's exactly where the risk sneaks in. But BAIR, it just flips that whole priority on its head. It's built for governance, total system traceability, and enforced human oversight. The whole focus shifts from just being efficient to being defensible. And really, this is the core mantra of the entire system. It's simple, it's memorable, and honestly, it's legally critical. AI assists, humans decide. The AI is this powerful assistance, right? A co-pilot. It gives you analysis, it gives you insights, but it never, ever makes the final call. That power, it's always reserved for a human.
So how does BAIR actually guarantee human authority? Because, this isn't just some promise on a website. It's physically built into the system's architecture. It makes sure that at every single critical stage of the hiring process, a human isn't just in the loop, they are firmly, unquestionably in control.
Well, how is that control enforced? It's done through 3 mandatory, non-negotiable checkpoints. First, a human has to review and sign off on any shortlist the AI comes up with. Second, a human is the one who decides who moves on to an interview. And third, you guessed it, a human makes the final call, offer or rejection. And at every single one of these steps, the human reviewer can see the AI's reasoning and has the absolute authority to either approve it or override it.
And this really hammers home the core philosophy of the system. The AI's role is strictly limited on purpose. It analyzes, it summarizes, it highlights skills, all to provide these structured recommendations. But that's all they are, recommendations. They are purely advisory. They're designed to empower the human decision-maker, never, ever to replace them.
Okay, but having human control is only half the battle, right? You also have to be able to prove it. And that brings us to the second pillar of this whole thing, the system's audit-grade outputs. Every single action, every click, every decision is captured in an unchangeable record. It creates this complete, totally defensible trail of the entire process.
And I want to be clear, this isn't just some simple log file. Every single recruitment cycle generates what's called an evidence pack. Think of it like a digital time capsule. It's got everything. The candidate's original inputs, all of the AI's outputs and its reasoning, every human decision, yep, including any overrides, and even the exact version of the hiring policy that was used. And it's all locked down with immutable timestamps. The entire system is designed for what they call full reconstruction. What does that actually mean? It means that months or even years down the road, you can basically hit replay on the entire decision-making process. You can see, step by step, exactly what happened, what the AI suggested, and what the human ultimately decided. I mean, this is the absolute gold standard for any kind of regulatory inspection or even just for your own internal reviews.
So let's tie this all together. What does this actually mean for an organization on a practical level? We've talked about human control and these incredible audit trails, but how does that translate into real-world value? Let's connect these features directly to the benefits that really matter in a high-stakes environment like hiring.
Well, the most immediate benefit, and it's a big one, is a huge reduction in compliance risk. I mean, you're working inside a governed, traceable framework, so you're aligning perfectly with all those new high-risk regulations. This also leads to way more consistency in your hiring process, because every single decision is being measured against a clear, documented standard. And maybe most importantly, it lets you adopt powerful AI safely. You get all the incredible benefits without all the terrifying danger.
And this next statement really just captures the entire value proposition perfectly. We don't automate hiring. We make AI-assisted hiring defensible. Brehon AI is not trying to replace your recruiters with a bunch of algorithms. The goal is completely different. It's to make AI-assisted hiring a safe, transparent, and legally bulletproof process, especially for high-trust organizations. So what's the final takeaway here? It's this. The big strategic shift your organization needs to be thinking about, it isn't just about adopting AI. It's about investing in regulated, accountable AI infrastructure. It's about building a foundation of governance and trust that's going to let you innovate with confidence for years and years. Because the question isn't if you'll use AI anymore. The question now is, how are you going to prove it's governed?